Riley, the producer, the original member of God, the original member of Blackstreet, jumped in his DMs, basically giving kudos to Trump because Trump got Teddy Riley's brother out of prison who was facing a life sentence. Okay, so DL came back and said something about Obama. Then Teddy Riley came back and said, well, there'll never be another black president. Now, DL Hughley, according to him, got a little tight about that. So he came back and said something else. Next thing you know, Teddy Riley jumps in D.L. Hughley's DMs talking about, hold up, player. I wasn't trying to say anything about Obama. I would never say nothing about my own people to take somebody else's side. That's not what I was saying. At that point, DL ended the story. And next thing you know, Teddy Riley's on the phone. Him and DL talking about the situation that happened on social media. At that point, Teddy Riley said, first and foremost, let me apologize because what I said, the way it came across is not the way I meant it. He said, so let me be 100% clear. I have never voted a day in my life because I'm not a political person. I don't vote. And the only reason I gave him kudos was because he got my brother out of prison. But that's the extent of it. Now, here's my issue. I have no problem with people who choose not to vote. If you choose not to vote, that's your business. It's your right. It's not a requirement. That's your business. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. I have a problem, and it hits me kind of different when I hear a black person, especially a black person who is a Gen Xer, who was raised by Thelma and them, who were raised by people who went through segregation, who went through Jim Crow, who went through redlining, who did the sit-ins, who attended the I Have a Dream on Washington speech by Dr. King. I have a problem with someone who was raised by that generation of people who says I've never voted. Because I can honestly tell you, my mama, Miss Clemmy, went through segregation, went through Jim Crow, went through redlining. She was at the March on Washington. She sat at the lunch counters and men would pull their pants down, white men, and pee on her. And it was okay because she was Negro. You understand what I'm saying? So when I hear a black person, especially an older black person, say, I have never voted, it hits me kind of different. And by no means am I a political person. My political education is nowhere near Aaron. We know who Aaron is. Breaking news. So I get you not being political, but I'm telling you, it just hit me kind of different. And it made me start thinking, how many older people, whether you went through Jim Crow segregation or you was raised somebody who went through, how many older people are not voting because they think they don't need to because they're not political? I am so curious because I'm telling you, when he said it, I raised my eyebrow like, wait, what? Wait, what? So I'm just curious, like, how many people do not vote, whether it's on a federal level or a local level, all because you feel you're not a political person? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Okay, bye. Okay, this message is for business owners, and I'm going to go pretty quick, so please keep up. It is not a good idea as a business owner to talk shit about former employees because you don't know who at your office knows that former employee. Now, come with me. Imagine, if you will, as a business owner, you and your family decide to get your big backs up and go down to the annual 4th of July parade that's held in the city you live in. Now, this particular parade has always had a parade route that goes past your former employee's house. Okay? Now, you and your big back wife decide y'all gonna go to parade, and you happen to see your former employee. Now, you're waving and you're so gleeful to see this employee, but you notice that the former employee is kind of standoffish. And when you say, hey, what's going on? Is everything good? And your former employee says, well, I'm kind of surprised you're excited to see me because I've been hearing that you've been saying something different at your office. Now, you as the business owner is shocked and appalled that someone would lie on you to this employee this person that used to work for you that you love so much, because that's what you're saying to them. So then this former employee says, wow, well, I wonder why they told me something different. But hold on, is what your former employee says. As you're waiting for your former employee to come back out, you notice that as she's coming out her house, she has that same patient, that she told her you was talking shit about her. Now you're sitting there and you're looking dumb. You got the dick look on your face. So your former employee says to that patient, hey, twin, now, didn't you tell me he said this, and this? Now, because you can't deal with confrontation, now you trying to get up out of Dodge. Now you pissed off. Now you cussing and hooping and hollering. If you don't get somewhere before you get your ass whooped from around, listen, it's me, but it's not that old me. Yeah. Listen, if you own a business, listen, I would suggest, you can do what you want, but I would suggest, don't talk about your former employees because you just don't know how to get back to them. Okay, bye. Oh, how the tables turn. Oh my goodness, how the tables turn. Just when you think that you above certain people have a way of putting you right back in the place where they feel you should be. Now, y'all got up here and did a lame apology that nobody took serious. You didn't even take it serious because you didn't even look in the camera the whole time you did the apology. But then old good Andrew came and said, let me finish the setup. Now, Andrew then came and spilled all the tea. Andrew said, well, what you're not going to do is try to expose me because people know who I am. People know how I feel about everything I say. Now let me show them what you really feel. And he didn't put y'all on blast. Now y'all look real dumb. You look dumb in your apology. Now Andrew then came and put the nail in the coffin for you. Because at the end of the day, to Andrew, you ain't nothing but some competition. And what's the best way to knock your competition out the way? Expose them for who they really are. Y'all are some clowns. But here's the thing. While you thought you was clowning black women, Andrew was clowning you. How does that feel, idiots? Okay. Let me say this. If you apply for a job online, let's use, who can we say? Indeed. And someone sets up an interview for you. And they give you an address. Before you go to the interview, you need to roll by that address and see where